Hello everyone, welcome to Tathastu Institute of Defence Services. I am Umang Khokar and today in this session we are going to cover the geography past year questions from the FCAT exam. We know that the exam is lined up for the third week of August and it's high time for you to revise it very nicely for the exam. So we are going to cover the PYQs of the exam. The past 15 years PYQs have been compiled here ताकि हम लोग ये चीज एनालाइज कर पाए कि हमें अपना टाइम किधर ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट करना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल ज्योग्राफी एज अ सब्जेक्ट अगर हम देखें, सो इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम योर GS सेक्शन और योर जनरल नॉलेज सेक्शन. देयर आर अ मेजॉरिटी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट आर आस्क्ड फ्रॉम ज्योग्राफी and environment also. That is a new segment that has been added in FCAT. So we need to know the cost benefit ratio कि हम कितना पढ़े, कौन से सेक्शन सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, और उसके लिए we need to analyze the PYQs. Okay, so in this session we are going to cover the PYQs from the past 15 years of the FCAT exam. So let's begin with the session. Now coming to the first question. These are the questions from your 2024 exam. The first one is, where does the Alaknanda river joins Bhagirathi river in India? Okay, now this is important. The answer is Devprayag here. Now our Panch Prayags become important. Okay, now since they have asked a question on Devprayag, so of course Panch Prayags become important and in your entire drainage system is very important. ठीक है, मेजर रिवर सिस्टम्स जो इंडिया के हैं वो आपको रिवाइज करने ही पड़ेंगे. सो लेट्स जस्ट रिवाइज द पंच प्रयाग्स. सो वी हैव अलकनंदा दैट इज ओरिजिनेटिंग फ्रॉम सतोपनाथ ग्लेशियर. ठीक है, इट मीट्स धौली गंगा. सो धौली गंगा इज द फर्स्ट वन दैट जॉइंस इट एट विष्णु प्रयाग. सो विष्णु प्रयाग इज द फर्स्ट वन. ओके, देन दिस अलकनंदा इज फर्दर जॉइंड बाय Nandakini at the Nand Prayag. So next one is Nand Prayag, that stands for N. Nandakini joins it. Then it is joined by Pindar. Pindar is joined at Karna Prayag, that is K. And then we have Mandakini joining at Rudra Prayag. And finally at Dev Prayag we have Bhagirathi joining this main Alaknanda. Okay, so Alaknanda के जो tributaries थे, that were what we have learned. We have Dhauli Ganga that is joining first, then we have the Nandakini, then we have the Pindar Ganga or Pindar that is called, and then we have the Mandakini. These join Alaknanda, and at Dev Prayag Alaknanda joins Bhagirathi and it forms the holy river or the sacred river that is called Ganga. So that is Dev Prayag. So the order of the Prayags is, V is for Vishnu Prayag, then we have the Nand Prayag, then we have the Karna Prayag, then we have the Rudra Prayag, and then we have the Dev Prayag. So VNKRD, you can learn it in the same manner, okay, upstream to downstream, right? So this is important for your exam. Now coming to the next one, the next question. Before moving ahead, yes, as I told you that of course major rivers and their sources are important and they are asked repeatedly. ठीक है, तो जितनी भी हमारी मेजर रिवर्स हैं उनका ओरिजिन कहाँ से होता है वो आपको रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा. एंड वेयर व्हाट इज देयर एंड पॉइंट. फॉर एग्जांपल गंगा, गंगोत्री ग्लेशियर, it is ending at Bay of Bengal. Then we have Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Indus, Godavari, Krishna, the peninsular rivers, the Himalayan rivers. Quickly you will have to revise that. Coming to Ganga river system and Indus river system, very important for exam. Multiple times you will get questions from that. So Ganga, you need to know the right bank and the left bank tributaries of Ganga. कभी कभी उनका order पूछ लिया जाता है. So you need to know. Now if we see the tributaries of Ganga, here we have Ram Ganga that is joining first. Then we have Gomti, Ghaggar, Gandak and Kosi, and finally we have Mahananda. So you can learn it with a mnemonic R, G3, KM. Okay, this is the order of joining. Then you have the other tributaries that are, first one is Yamuna. Then you have Son river that is joining. Then you also have Tons. There is one more river that is Punpun that is also joining Ganga. Okay, it's from Bihar only. And then you also have Damodar. ओके, दीज आर दी मेजर रिवर्स. यमुना भी रिवाइज करेंगे. यमुना की रिवर्स की ट्रिब्यूटरीज कौन सी है, क्या उनका ओरिएंटेशन है. चंबल, सिंध, बेटवा, केन, बहुत बार पूछा जाता है. चंबल, सिंध, बेटवा, केन. Okay, so learn by mnemonics. Then coming to Indus, very important. The 5 rivers: Jhelum, Chenab, Bias, Satluj, Ravi. All of these when merged and form the Indus. Okay, so these major tributaries you will have to revise. Okay, then coming to the next question. Now, since we have revised, since they have asked question on Indian rivers, of course that's a major portion, but you also get questions from the world geography part. So the world rivers are also important. अब हम सारी नहीं याद कर सकते, but at least the important rivers from the world are also important for exam. ठीक है? So we have Nile river which originates from the Victorian lake. Then we have Amazon originating at Andes, Yangtze, Tibetan Plateau, Mississippi and Missouri of America, USA, Itsaka Lake, Huangho, Bayan Har Mountains, Mekong, Tibetan Highlands, Niger, Guinea Highlands. So these are the world major rivers. Okay, so you'll have to revise these as well, right? Then moving ahead with the next one. The next question is, what are the lines drawn on a map? That's a simple question. To connect the points experiencing equal shaking intensity due to an earthquake called. So very important term that is associated with the earthquakes, seismograph. That's an instrument, and the seismic lines or the isoseismic lines are the ones that are the lines drawn on the map to show the places of equal shaking intensity. Okay, so the correct answer is isoseismic lines. Then coming to the next question, what is the unit of measurement of the distance between the celestial bodies? Such a simple question, we all know, we talk about it in light years. The other things are units for the measurement of distance, kilometers, meters, and this is the unit, that is light years, the distance traveled by light, that is the unit for measuring the distance between the celestial bodies. Okay, so it is almost 4.96 trillion kilometers. Okay, so that is light years. Coming to the next question, which of the following is a sedimentary rock? Now again, important section of your geography syllabus, that is the rocks. Now we know the rocks are of 3 types depending on the process with which they are formed. So we have, first one are the igneous rock. The name suggests they are formed from the igneous rocks, are basically formed from the lava. Okay, when the lava cools down, when it solidifies, that is the igneous rocks. Okay, they do not have any layers, they are hardest of all. Now those igneous rocks can be further classified into intrusive or extrusive depending on the location where they are formed. Okay, intrusive meaning inside, extrusive matlab outside. Okay, so we have the examples of granite, diorite, gabbro, very important ones. Then we have pumice, that is also an igneous rock, basalt, igneous rock. Okay, then coming to second major type of rocks, that is the sedimentary rocks. Now these sedimentary rocks are formed by the process of compaction of the sediments over a time. Okay, now they have distinct layers, there are multiple layers in that. So what are the examples? We have sandstone, conglomerate, iron ore, rock salt, very famous. Okay, coal, limestone, all of these are sedimentary rocks. Then coming the third one, the metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are those rocks that undergo an transformation over a period of time. Okay, and they change their forms also. They may or may not have layers. Okay, so this comprises of slate, gneiss, very important. Okay, then marble, then quartzite. These are the important metamorphic rocks. Okay, so which of the following is not a sedimentary rock? That is gypsum. Okay, so gypsum is not it's a sedimentary rock. Okay, the other ones are pumice, we have considered, it is igneous. Okay, quartzite we have done, granite we have done. Okay, so coming to the next one is, India is divided into how many earthquake zones? सेस्मिक जोन्स, अर्थक्वेक इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, तो इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स पूछता है, स्केल्स पूछता है, अर्थक्वेक की इंटेंसिटी कैसे मेजर करते हैं, ओके, मैग्नीट्यूड कैसे मेजर करते हैं, जोन्स के बारे में अब फिर क्वेश्चन पूछा है. सो अर्थक्वेक इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. सो वी आर डिवाइडेड इनटू 4 zones, okay. We have zone 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, with 5, 1 being the highest seismic zone, okay, most vulnerable. Then we have 4, then we have 3, then we have 2. The 2 is the least active. Okay, don't get confused कि 2 number है तो highest active होगा. 5th zone is the highest active zone. Okay, so we have 4 zones in India. Then coming to the next one, instruments that are asked. So first they are asking which of the instrument is used to measure humidity. So that is hygrometer. Okay, the answer is hygrometer, that is used for measuring the humidity. Hydrometer meaning it is measuring water, density of liquids, so that is for liquids. Okay, hydrometer. Lactometer, of course we can understand with the name lactose, okay, that is something related to milk, okay, so that is for the milk density. And pyrometer is for measuring high temperatures, okay, so high temperatures are measured by pyrometers, right. So the correct answer for this was hygrometer. Moving ahead with the next question, we have which of the following is known as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean. Now this is talking about the volcanoes. So volcanoes are also important. So you have a table of the major volcanoes of the world. So which of the following volcanoes are dormant, which of the following are active, if there is any active volcano at present, you need to revise that, okay. So here the answer, the lighthouse of the Mediterranean is the Stromboli, okay, this is Stromboli. And the other 3, we have Mount Etna, that is also in Italy. Then we have Mount Vesuvius, this is also in Italy, okay, Stromboli is also in Italy. And then we have Mauna Loa, this volcano is in Hawaiian Islands, okay, so it is in Hawaiian Islands, right. So the answer is here B. Coming to the next one, which of the following is the largest ecosystem of the earth? Ecosystem is a system where life is existing, okay, where both living and non-living parts are interacting. It's a functional unit of life. Now when we say about hydrosphere, hydro meaning water, so that part of the earth where we have water and life is sustaining, that is hydrosphere. So it will comprise of all the water bodies, oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, that comprise the hydrosphere. Then lithosphere meaning land, okay, this is related to water. And the biosphere is the one meaning the sphere of the earth where life is existing. So we know that life is existing on water also, in water also, and life is existing on land also. So biosphere is the one that is a bigger one which comprises of both land and water. So here the answer is the biosphere, okay. Biome is a subunit, okay. So biome is a subunit or a ecosystem that has same climate and temperature, okay, and the vegetation, that is considered as biome. For example, we have temperate biome, we have deserts, we have grasslands, so they are considered as biomes, right. So here it is biosphere. Then coming to the next one, which of the following iron and steel plants does not function under the Steel Authority of India Limited? SAIL. So minerals वाला chapter बहुत important है हमारे लिए, ठीक है. You'll have to revise which are the major sites where we have the iron and steel plants, which are the major sites where we find the major minerals in India. You'll have to quickly revise from your class 12th NCERT. The maps are given. Now under SAIL, which is not coming is Jamshedpur. Okay, Jamshedpur is not under that, it's under Tata company. Durgapur, Rourkela and Bhillai, these 3 are under the Steel Authority of India Limited. Okay, so we have Bhillai, Rourkela and Durgapur. These 3 come under the Steel Authority of India Limited, right? Then let's come to the next question. Which one of the following substances does not mind it, does not contribute to global warming. So global warming is basically the rise of the temperature that is happening, okay, and it is disturbing the ecological balance on the earth. Now it has a lot of detrimental effects. It is causing climate change. Now this is caused by a number of gases, okay, the greenhouse gases which we call. So we have methane as a greenhouse gas, that is right. Carbon dioxide is also a greenhouse gas. Then water vapor is also a greenhouse gas. All the three are greenhouse gases. The oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, they do not contribute for the global warming. So the right answer here is A, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. Why? Because oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, SO2, NO2, what do they cause? They cause acid rain. Acid rain cause करते हैं. कैसे करते हैं? जो emissions होते हैं इंडस्ट्री से, सीमेंट प्लांट से, ठीक है, ग्रैनरी से, बड़े बड़े प्लांट से जो एमिशंस होते हैं सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड और नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड के, when they are coming out of the exhausts, they react with the water vapor that is present in the atmosphere and they form sulfuric acid and nitric acid. So the reaction happens SO2 plus H2O, we get sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Then we have NO2 plus H2O, we get HNO3. Now these are acids which cause acid rain. Now these the acids which are formed, they come down to the earth or on the surface in the form with the rain, that is considered as acid rain. Now this acid rain has detrimental effects on the plants, on monuments, on land, okay, and these acids can also drop down or leach into the water bodies. They can even kill organisms in the aquatic ecosystems, okay. So that is acid rain. Then moving ahead with the next question are the grasslands. So you know there are two types of grasslands. We have temperate grasslands and we have tropical grasslands. Now temperate grasslands, we know they are found at the mid latitude, so almost around 30 to 55 degrees, both northern and southern hemisphere. They are very fertile because they have Chernozem, that is very fertile humus soil, okay. So it's very good for agriculture. So temperate grasslands are there and they are known by different names in different countries, okay. So let's just see the temperate grasslands first. First one are the steppes. Now steppes, they are called in Eurasia, okay. Then we have them in prairies. Prairies, they are called in USA or North America, okay. Then we have downs. Downs are called in Australia, and then we also have pampas. Pampas are in Argentina, okay. So these are the temperate grasslands. Then we also have tropical grasslands that are found at the tropics, okay, 15 to 30 or 15 to 20 degree latitudes in both the hemispheres. Now they are comparatively less fertile than the temperate grasslands because there is extensive leaching that happens, okay. So they are also known by different names. For example, now coming to the tropical grasslands, they are known as, in Africa they are known as savanna, okay. Then they are known as llanos, okay, in Venezuela. Then they are also known as Australian savanna are also there, okay. So these are the major ones. Then they are known as campos. Campos, they are known in Brazil, okay. So now let's match the following. So you can now quickly understand which of the following is the right one. So downs are called in Australia, prairies are in USA, okay. Then we have pampas and then we have llanos. So pampas are where? Pampas are here. They are in Argentina, okay. Pampas are in Argentina, or I would say South America they will mask, and llanos are in Venezuela. This is Venezuela, okay. So they are in Venezuela, right. So you can quickly revise that. Then moving ahead with the next one are the major deserts. So again you can get a question on major deserts as for the match the following. So what are the major deserts of the world? First of all, understand what is the meaning of the word desert, ठीक है. Desert का मतलब क्या होता है? that region which receives less than 25 centimeter rainfall annually. Less than 25 centimeter rainfall annually, less than that, and there is an extensive evaporation that is happening. That is why that region is so arid or semi-arid. So that is considered as a desert. Now deserts can be further classified into two types. We have cold deserts. For example, the Gobi desert is a cold desert. Ladakh, we have a cold desert, and the other deserts are the hot deserts. Okay, and then we can have semi-arid deserts also. So now major deserts of the world, we will just quickly see. Atacama Desert. So Atacama Desert lies in Chile, Peru region, okay, of South America. So this is Atacama Desert here, right? So this is right. Then Kalahari Desert. Let us see. Kalahari Desert is here. So this is also right. It's in Africa. Okay. Patagonian Desert. It is in Argentina. So that is also right. Okay. So other deserts, Sahara in Africa. Okay. Then we have Namib. That is also important. Then we have, coming to North America, we have Mojave, Sonoran Desert, Chihuahuan, Great Basin, Colorado. These are important deserts of North America. Coming to Australia also, we have Gibson, Great Victoria, Simpson. These are very important one. And in India we know we have the Thar Desert. Okay, so deserts are also important for exam, and you can get match the following questions from desert section also. Okay, so you can quickly revise through the map only. Then coming to the next part, what is a supernova? Okay, now most of the questions what you can do is apply your logic also. Okay, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि आप options eliminate करके बहुत अपने आंसर को अचीव कर पाते हो. So सबसे पहले आप फिल्टर करो, ठीक है, जो ऑप्शन आपको लग रहा है that is something which is not related to what has been asked. So see the first option, that is an asteroid. Now asteroids, we know they are small celestial or solar bodies that orbit around the sun, and they are majorly found in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. They are not related to the स्टार डेथ, ओके, और स्टार से रिलेटेड इनका कोई वो नहीं है. सो एस्ट्रॉइड तो नहीं होगा, ठीक है. देन कॉमेट्स जो होते हैं, दे आर सोलर आइसी बॉडीज, ओके, स्मॉलर इन साइज बॉडीज. देन वी हैव अ ब्लैक होल, एंड देन वी हैव अ डाइंग स्टार. ओके, नाउ लेट अस कम टू द लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ अ स्टार. बेसिकली स्टार की लाइफ साइकिल होती कैसी है? First thing, that is the formation is of a nebula. The first thing that happens is the formation of nebula. Nebula is considered as a collection of gas and dust particles. Okay, then because of the gravitational forces, what happens? There is a condensation that happens and it contracts, and finally we have the formation of a protostar. Then we come to the main sequence stage where we have the formation of low and medium stars, or we can have high and massive stars. Okay, low medium stars like the sun. Okay, then we have the next formation. What happens ultimately with time? There is nuclear fusion reaction that happens in the star. So what happens? Nuclear fusion होता है, मतलब हाइड्रोजन गैस का बना होता है नेबुला. Now that hydrogen gas converts itself into helium. Okay, and it releases lot of energy and it radiates, it emits light. So that is what a star is doing. It is shining very brightly. With time it cools down also, okay, and it expands, becomes very big in size. That can take two forms. It can be a red giant or a red supergiant form. That is the old age of the star. And then finally we have the death stage of the star, where it can lead to different forms. It can lead to a white dwarf, black dwarf, planetary nebula. Now when you see these terms, you should understand that these terms are associated with the death of the star. Okay, and there is a supernova, that is a explosion that happens. Okay, so it is called a star explosion. A dying star is called a supernova. So it is a dying star. Okay, you can see the supernova here. And after supernova, when the explosion has happened, then the remnants of that star, that remnants can be considered, that can have of two forms. It can either be a neutron star or it can be a black hole. Black hole is that part of the space where the gravity is so strong that nothing can escape, not even light can escape. Okay, so that is called a black hole. So for this answer, supernova, with this diagram, now you can just understand which part is considered as the birth of the star, then we have the main star formation, then the old age, and then finally the death. What you need to learn and understand from here is that the black hole is considered as the remnant, okay, of a dying star. It is a remnant, okay. Then coming to the next one, that is Oberon is the moon of which of the following planets? Now moons of the planets can also be asked. Solar system is also an important part of your geography. So moons, okay, so first of all is, we know that Venus does not have any moon, so usko to sabse pehle cancel out kar denge. Venus does not have any moon. Then we have Jupiter. Jupiter, we know Europa is there, Ganymede is there, ठीक है. Saturn, we know Titan, very famous, Titan is there. So the correct answer here is Uranus. Okay, so Oberon is the moon of Uranus. Okay, then moving ahead to the next question, Sagarmat is the Nepali name for which of the following mountains? So it is the Nepali name for Mount Everest. Okay, it is the Nepali name for Mount Everest. Now Mount Everest is the highest. Then we have K2, then we have Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga lies at Indo-Nepal border in Sikkim, ठीक है, ये important है. Then we have next one is Lhotse, that is also in the Tibetan region, and then we have Makalu. Okay, so this is the first highest, second highest, third highest, fourth and fifth. Okay, you might get orientation also or of the mountain ranges. Now when they have asked question on mountains, of course the major mountain ranges of the world are also important. Okay, there's another question on mountains, so it is important part of your syllabus. So now here they are asking the Ural mountains separate which of the following. Okay, so we can see where are the Ural mountains, we can see them here, and they are dividing what? They are dividing Asia and Europe. They are dividing Asia and Europe, the Ural mountains. Now the major mountain ranges of the world you need to know. You might get match the following from here also. For example, coming to North America, we have the Rockies mountains, we have the Appalachians. So whenever these name comes, you should understand that where is Appalachians, where is the Rockies, they are in North America. Coming to South America, we have the Andes mountain ranges. Okay, then coming to Africa, we have the Atlas mountains. Then coming to India, we have of course we have India and Nepal, that's the Himalayan mountain ranges is there, and the Great Dividing Range is in Australia, very important, Great Dividing Range of Australia, right? Then North America and South America, they are divided by the Panama Isthmus. Panama Isthmus से divided है वो, ठीक है? So here the correct answer is Ural mountains, right? Then moving ahead to the next one, which one of the following cities is called the space city of India? Very easy question. We know it is Bengaluru. Okay, so at times you might get questions on the cities and their nicknames or their I would say generalized popular names that have been given to certain cities. तो इस पे भी questions आ जाते हैं, ठीक है? Then coming to the next question again their rivers, I told you it's a very important chapter, important part of your syllabus from the geography, ठीक है? तो Indian river system and of course the major rivers of the world are important for the exam. Right now here they are asking about a very different kind of a question, that which of the following world major rivers is a north flowing river. अब यूजुअली होता क्या है कि मोस्टली अगर हम देखें तो रिवर्स जो हैं दे आर साउथ फ्लोइंग. ओके, दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम हायर लैटिट्यूड टू लोअर लैटिट्यूड, कमिंग टूवर्ड्स द इक्वेटर, बट देर आर एक्सेप्शंस. So these are the north flowing rivers. So famous ones are, number one is Nile. So you can remember whenever you are studying about Nile, just remember that it's a north flowing river. Okay, there are other also, but you cannot remember all of them, but 2-3 are there. We'll just mark them as well. Number 1 is Ob river, Ob, this is also north flowing river. Then we have Yenisei here, that is also north flowing river, they are going upwards. Then we have Lena, this is also north flowing river. Then I'll show you one more, there is Mackenzie in North America, that is also a north flowing river. So I know this is an exceptional question, but yes, you can try to remember one or two that have been asked. Since it has been asked, it's important. Okay, so this is Nile here. Then the next question, Raniganj of West Bengal is famous for. I told you that you need to revise your chapter from the mineral reserves, okay, where the coal reserves are there in India. So if we see about coal, we have here, this is the table. So West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and then we have Raniganj, Jharia and Bokaro coal fields. So Raniganj is famous for the coal mines, right? Then coming to the next one, now you here also mind it, remember where uranium, thorium are found, very important. Okay? So thorium, Kerala coast, very important. Rocks of Aravali in Rajasthan, here you will find. Diamond, very famous, Panna, Madhya Pradesh, and also Banda in Uttar Pradesh. Gold we know, that's Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. Bauxite पे बहुत बार question पूछता है, Odisha is there. Okay. Petroleum we know, Assam is there, Gujarat, Mumbai high. These are the major belts of petroleum reserves. Okay. So just quickly revise them before the exam. Then we have the international date line passes through which of the following straits. Now straits, what are straits? They are important. You get multiple questions on strait also in exam. Either you get the match the following type of question, or directly they ask you the location where that strait is formed. So basically a strait is joining two water bodies and it is surrounded by two landmass on both the sides. Okay, and all these straits are major trade routes also. Okay, so the international date line is passing through the Bering Strait. Okay, now we'll see which are the major straits of the world and we'll quickly revise them. Okay, so number 1 is the Bering Strait, which is between Russia and Alaska. Okay, and through it only the international date line is passing, right? Then coming to the next one, very important, Strait of Gibraltar, that is between Spain and Morocco. Bosphorus Strait, Turkey. Dardanelles Strait, we have Turkey. English Channel, England and France. Strait of Malacca, very important from strategic point of view. Okay, बार बार हम international relations में बात कर रहे थे Strait of Malacca की. Malaysia and Sumatra. Park Strait, we know India and Sri Lanka के बीच में है. ठीक है. Strait of Hormuz, very much in news. Iran and Oman. Then we have Sunda Strait, then we have Magellan Strait, Mozambique, Bab el Mandab. So all of these are the major straits. So you need to revise the location and the water bodies which they are joining. We have to revise that. This is very important part of your geography syllabus. So it is very important, I would say. Okay. So invest more on these sections because here questions are being asked repeatedly. Okay. Then coming to the next one, the Beaufort scale is used to measure what? Okay. So Beaufort scale is used to measure basically the wind velocity. Okay. Now coming to atmospheric pressure, that is used, measured by barometer. Okay. Altitude of mountains is measured by the altimeter. Okay. Intensity of earthquakes, that is measured by the Mercalli scale. And there is one more thing for the earthquakes, the magnitude of earthquake. Magnitude जो होता है, that is measured by the Richter scale. Okay, so that is measured by a Richter scale and intensity is measured by Mercalli scale. Okay, now you can quickly revise from this table which are the major instruments for or device for measuring for particular things. For example, atmospheric pressure, barometer, altitude, altimeter. Also for the wind velocity we have anemometer. Okay, so ये भी याद रखना कि anemometer भी use होता है. ठीक है. Then earthquake magnitude, seismometer, intensity. Here we have to this is Mercalli intensity scale. Okay, so that is their temperature we know, thermometer, humidity, hygrometer, rain gauge, okay, solar radiation, पायरेनोमीटर हमने पीछे पढ़ा है बिकॉज सोलर रेडिएशन को मेजर करने के लिए, बिकॉज दैट्स ऑफ हाई टेम्परेचर, सो दैट इज पायरेनोमीटर, ओके, लाइट इंटेंसिटी, blood pressure, resistance, all of these. Ocean depth, very important, fathometer, okay. So you can quickly revise from this. And also one more, there is one more, that is the radiation, okay. So radiation or radioactivity, that is measured by the Geiger-Muller counter. ये भी बहुत बार एग्जाम्स में पूछा जाता है, ठीक है. So Geiger-Muller counter is used for measuring the radiation, okay. So you can revise it from here. Then again they have asked a question on the location of deserts. We have covered deserts previously also. They have asked a question on deserts. Now they have asked where is the Gobi desert located. So Gobi desert is located in China. So it's here, okay. Let me just show you. Gobi desert is here. It's a cold desert and it expands to Mongolia also, okay. So now the other major deserts you can revise from the map, okay. Always try to learn from the map. The better you visualize things, see things, the better you will learn, and you will also be able to recall in the exam, okay. Now coming to the next question, Kakrapar dam is situated on which river? Now dams or the multi-purpose projects, they are also asked on which river they are formed, and or which are the states that are benefited from that dam or the project. So Kakrapar is on Tapi river, okay. Now there is a table for that also. Major river projects that are there. Bhakra Nangal, we know it's on Satluj. Damodar on Damodar. Hirakud is on Mahanadi, very important. Okay. Nagar Arjun Sagar is on Krishna river. Kosi, of course Kosi. Then we have Indira Gandhi Canal, that's on Satluj, Bias, Ravi. Then we have the other dams also that have been asked, okay. So you can just quickly revise all of the dams. This is also another important section, very important for exam, for FCAT for example, okay. Rivers, dams, lakes, volcanoes, okay, deserts, these are major ones. Grasslands, ये बहुत static part है और बार बार questions यहाँ से repeat होते हैं. Then the mountain ranges also, another important section. So here they have asked Mahendragiri hills are located in which state, okay. So always make a map, mark everything on the map and learn, okay. So major mountain ranges of India. Then the answer for this is it's in Odisha, okay. Now what you can do is see all the mountain ranges and also their orientation. For example, when we start in north, okay, in Jammu Kashmir, we have the Karakoram range first, then we have the Ladakh range, then we have the Zanskar range, then we have the Greater Himalayas, then we have the Pir Panjal range. So you need to know the orientation also. Sometimes they ask north to south orientation also of the mountain ranges, and then the other mountain ranges of India, okay. Similarly, the hills of northeast, very important. We have the Dafla, Miri, Abor, Mishmi. That's the orientation from east, from south, from west to east. Okay. Then coming to peninsular India also, that is also important, okay. So you can revise the mountains or the hills that are given in your standard book or the NCERT, very important for the exam, right. Then coming to the next one, monsoon, another major important segment, okay. Monsoon का mechanism, ठीक है, और which part of the country receives maximum rainfall, that is of course that is it's in Meghalaya, that has been asked. And they also have asked here that India receives maximum rainfall from which type of monsoon. So here it is the southwest monsoon, southwest monsoon. So we know this happens in summer, okay, when the Indian landmass is, the land is heated more, okay, the temperature is higher there, and here we have the Arabian Sea and the ocean, okay, that are far more cooler. There is a low pressure area that is built up, and what happens on the landmass, and there is the movement of the water or the moisture laden winds from high pressure to low pressure, okay. And when the winds are moving from, when they are crossing the equator, because of the earth's reflection, rotation, they are tilted towards the southwest direction and that is called the southwest monsoon. Okay, so majority rainfall जो है, maximum rainfall इंडिया में जो आता है मानसून में, वो साउथ वेस्ट मानसून की वजह से आता है. ठीक है, सिंपल मैकेनिज्म. नाउ वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस अगर हम देखें तो जो वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस होती हैं ये कॉज करती है रेनफॉल इन द नॉर्थ वेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया विंटर्स में स्पेसिफिकली. ठीक है, और जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून है दैट कॉजेज रेनफॉल इन स्पेसिफिकली तमिलनाडु अक्टूबर नवंबर के टाइम में तमिलनाडु में. ठीक है, सो द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज द साउथ वेस्ट मानसून. राइट, देन coming to the next one, which of the following has the longest coastline? Now this is a static part, static GK, it's of course it's Asia. Okay, so Asia has the longest coastline. Then moving ahead to with the second question, this is the ozone layer is found in which of the following layers of the atmosphere? So layers of the atmosphere, we've all studied that. It's the basic chapter that we start with in geography. We have first layer, that is the troposphere, where you see all the weather phenomena happening. ठीक है, you have the planes that are flowing, moving in the troposphere. Then the troposphere, after that we have the stratosphere. Okay, we have the stratosphere. Sorry, I mistakenly I said that all weather phenomena is happening. So it's in the stratosphere where the planes are moving. Okay, because there is no weather phenomena, and in this stratosphere only we have the ozone layer. Okay, then it is followed by the mesosphere where you will see the meteors, okay, the burning, and then we have the thermosphere where you see the satellites, and in the exosphere that is almost 310 to 620 miles and above, and it's here you will see the spaceships moving or orbiting. Okay, so that is the exosphere. So these are the important layers of the atmosphere, right, and the phenomena associated with all of them. Then coming to the next one, which of the following countries is the largest producer of rice in the world? Now since this question was asked in 2019, उस टाइम पे चाइना था. ठीक है, जब 2019 में ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था उस टाइम पे टॉप प्रोड्यूसर, लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर चाइना था. बट एज ऑफ नाउ, okay, so as of now this is the recent data. Okay, so India climbs the Great Wall to emerge as the world's top producer. So right now it is India. So अगर आज की डेट में ये क्वेश्चन आता है, so it is India, not China, right? So agriculture section में से important है कि आप क्विकली सारे जितने भी क्रॉप्स है, मेजर क्रॉप्स एटलीस्ट, व्हीट, राइस, ठीक है, मेज, हमारे मिलेट्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. सारे एग्जाम्स जितने भी हो रहे हैं उसमें मिलेट्स पे क्वेश्चन आता है. इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट्स भी था. मिलेट्स के लिए देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इनिशिएटिव्स दैट द गवर्नमेंट इज रनिंग. सो यू विल हैव टू रिवाइज द मिलेट्स सेक्शन. जस्ट गो थ्रू द book or the reference whatever you have studied from the major growing conditions of the major crops and their location, okay, where they are grown intensively, whether it is a rabi crop or a kharif crop. Okay, so you can quickly revise that as well. And rice producer largest is India as of 2025. This is the data I am telling. 2019 mein it was China. Then coming to the next one, see rainfall. They have asked a question, in which city there is highest rainfall, maximum rainfall? It is Maisanram in Meghalaya. ठीक है, तो मानसून वाला चैप्टर इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो क्वेश्चन पूछते रहते हैं. Then match the following with the revolutions. Okay, the major revolutions that have happened. So and who were the pioneer or who were the person associated with the revolution? So we have green revolution that was related to the food grains. Okay, पंजाब हरियाणा में लाया गया था 1960s में. White revolution is related to milk. Okay, and then we have pink revolution. Now they are asking the people associated with the revolution. So we know green revolution, very famous. We had MS Swaminathan, who is known as the father of Indian green revolution. Then similarly for the white revolution we have Mr. Varghese Kurian. He made a remarkable contribution for the milk revolution in the country. And for the pink revolution we had the Durgesh Patel. So all the revolutions, now you can see their pictures also, all the revolutions are important which which you can remember for the exam. So blue revolution for the fisheries, brown for leather, green agricultural products, golden fruit production, pink prawns production, important, red tomato and mutton, silver is for egg production, important, wheat, white is for milk and yellow is for oil seed, important. ये जो मैंने टिक करे हैं ये वाले सबसे ज्यादा important है. And the evergreen revolution is comprising of all of them. Okay, and these are the pictures of the persons associated and the names of the other ones. Okay, so you can try to remember major revolutions and the persons who have made the contribution in that. Okay, since they have asked this question, it becomes important. Right, now the last question, that is, artificial rain is produced by seeding the clouds with which of the following? Now this topic has been in news in the past instances in Delhi because there was a cloud seeding initiative that has been started. Okay, so cloud seeding बहुत important concept है. Basically what we are doing, we are producing artificial rains. Okay, so how it is done? With the help of the aircraft, we are releasing certain compounds. For example, the major compound that is utilized is silver iodide. Silver iodide. Okay, along with that, we can also use potassium iodide. Potassium iodide can also be used, and NaCl, sodium chloride, can also be used. So these three are the major ones that are widely used for cloud seeding project or artificial raining. ठीक है, so aircraft release करता है silver iodide, potassium, sodium chloride or other substances into the atmosphere. Now these substances act as the base, okay, for the rain droplets to form. Just like in the atmosphere, the dust particles work for providing a base for the water droplets to settle down and form the clouds. Now these act as, these substances mimic the particles which serve as the macromolecules or the surface जहाँ पर कंडेंसेशन हो सकता है, और कंडेंसेशन होता है तो फिर वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स फाइनली बनते हैं एंड फाइनली इट कम्स डाउन एज वाटर, एज रेन. Okay, now once that condensation creates water droplets that are large enough, rain will come down. So which are the substances used? That is silver iodide. Along with that we can use potassium iodide, we can also use sodium chloride. So हो सकता है question में ये बाकी दोनों options mentioned हो, so don't get confused. Now the other three that are mentioned, they are not used here for the cloud seeding or artificial rain. So for example, copper sulfate, CuSO4, widely used as a fungicide in agriculture. ठीक है, silver nitrate used in photography. ठीक है, photography में यूज होता है. Potassium nitrate used in fireworks and also as preservative. So you should remember the other ones, the questions that have been asked in the options, the other ones are also important. Okay, so similarly they can ask a question from the other options that are mentioned in the question. Okay, so these are all the questions from 2024 till 2016. I have covered majorly all the questions. Now the purpose is to see these questions and revise in the given days. Whatever time you have, just go and revise the chapters from which these questions have been asked. Okay, so your number one, I'll just sum up with the important chapters for your geography again for your ease. Number one, static facts of geography. Okay, static locations. Then we have the drainage system. Okay, then mountain ranges. Then we have the mountains and hills. Okay, then we have the dams, rivers and their origination, that is covered in drainage only, I would say. Okay, deserts, grasslands, and we have the deserts, grasslands, that is done. Then instruments that are used for measuring certain quantities. ठीक है, and then similarly same things for the world also. When you are doing drainage system, that you need to revise it for the world also. Then cosmology, or I would say solar system, simple topic, quickly you can revise it, solar system. and then the earthquake related facts. Okay, so these are the major sections of your syllabus from the geography along with monsoon. तो बेटर है कि आप इन एरियाज को फटाफट रिवाइज करें, बेटर वे में रिवाइज करें एंड जस्ट गो थ्रू ऑल द PYQs दैट वी हैव डिस्कस्ड. That will help you give an edge in your preparation, and I hope all of you give your best shot in the exam. All the very best to all the students who are giving FCAT 2 2025. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. In the next session, I will be coming with another segment, a short segment from the environment part, because environment से भी बहुत questions आ रहे हैं. So we'll have a quick short session for that as well, so that we can cater to all the questions for the FCAT only from the environment section. Okay, thank you very much. Keep learning and keep revising. Jai Hind.